In this video, I want to share some tips and tricks how you can get the most out of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. We're going to cover about 10 or so things that you can do to make sure you get the best image quality for your particular situation, and some cool things that you may not know that the camera is capable of. It is a chilly winter morning here. It has been cold and snowing for the last couple of days. Well, I am almost immediately regretting the decision to come out here this morning. Hey Siri, what's the temperature right now?
It's 13 degrees outside.
Yeah, 13 degrees. Yeah, definitely not going to be out here for very long. But being out here right now shows off one of the things that make the Ace Pro 2 special when it comes to image quality is that it has 13.5 stops of dynamic range, which makes it great for morning shots like this. They said the sun's getting ready to come up behind me there, and to get the best image quality, you want to have it set to HDR on. It's not automatically set to that, and it's not a separate mode. Now the HDR is set to off. You can see what the image is like. Now I am going to turn it back on. I turn HDR on, and I'll do a side-by-side comparison to see if you can see a difference in the image quality. Luna's already wanting to head back to the car. She ain't no fool. She doesn't want to be out here. Ooh, it was crazy cold out there. Okay, what were we talking about? How to get the best dynamic range out of the Ace Pro 2. You want to make sure that it is a bright, sunny day. Go ahead and set it to normal video mode. 30 frames per second should work just fine. But the key thing is to make sure that the active HDR is set to on. You do that, and you should be all set. Insta360 sent me this Ace Pro 2 to test out, so that's what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. Now I want to talk about the battery. My next tip is to take advantage of PD fast charging. With fast charging, you can get the battery up to 80% in around 18 minutes, and the battery fully charged in about 47 minutes. I use the fast charging feature all the time. Whenever I'm out recording, I typically have a power station in my Jeep, so that way when I'm recording, I see the battery getting low, I can quickly plug it in here, and within 20 minutes it's up and ready to go, and I can continue recording. So having an extra battery and being able to fast charge really takes care of all my power needs when I'm out there recording all day. To use the fast charge feature, you want to make sure you have the right charger. You want to check it and make sure you can at least get 30 watts out of it, and then you should be able to hit those numbers. The battery life on the Ace Pro 2 is pretty good. You should be able to get about 180 minutes of record time, but that depends on a lot of factors, mainly being the settings that you choose. I have an extra battery bonus tip for you. Let's say you don't have the extra battery or a power bank or a power station, anything like that, and you're worried about getting through a full day of recording. What you can do is you can put the camera into endurance mode, and in endurance mode that increases the battery life 50% over the Ace Pro. I ran the battery down to 0. We're going to do a test here to see how well the fast charging works. Got it plugged in and charging. Siri, set a timer for 18 minutes. Okay, I'm going to check back in 18 minutes. We'll see where it's at.
Minutes, counting down.
Okay, I have a timer set for 18 minutes. Going to check back, see where the battery level is, and then see how long it takes to get to 100% full. Okay, that's been 18 minutes. Let's see where we are with the battery life. 82%, so that's pretty good. Now let's finish it off. The Ace Pro 2 is fully charged. It took 41 minutes and 41 seconds. That is a really good recharge time. I'm on a rooftop here in Houston, Texas, and I'm expecting it to be warm, but it is freezing up here. But I could not pass up on this chance to come out here and test out the low light quality on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. So I'm gonna walk around here. We're gonna see the lights and the night scene here and see what the Ace Pro can do. If you're recording in low light or a night scene like I am right now, the first thing you want to do is get out of normal mode and you want to use pure video mode. Pure video mode is specifically designed for low light situations like this. The reason the Ace Pro does such a good job in low light is it has two internal chips. One is a Pro image processing chip, and that reduces the noise and processes the image, and then it has another AI chip that continues processing the image and takes on other tasks. So that way it's more efficient and is giving you a better quality image. So you can be in extremely dark environments, the camera's still going to be able to capture the detail and bring it out because this has so much more horsepower than any other action camera, and then just more horsepower than even the Ace Pro. So the Ace Pro had one AI chip, Ace Pro 2 has two chips, the AI chip and the Pro imaging processing chip, which gives you just really good low light performance. So if you're trying to get the best low light performance, remember, no normal mode, go into pure video. Matter of fact, pure video even has an additional mode called Pure Video Plus, and that will come on automatically when you're recording in 4K 30 frames per second. You'll see it on the screen, comes on and provides you even more detail. So when you're in pure video, you do want to have it at 4K 30 for the best image quality, but you can go to 4K 60 if you want to get some slow-mo. To get the best audio quality out of the Ace Pro 2, you want to make sure you pick the best audio setting. So right now I have it on voice enhance. With voice enhance, it's going to enhance your voice and kind of lower the background noise, which is good here. There's some music and street noise and different things like that it should be drowning out. But also there's a little bit of a breeze, and for that you want to go to wind reduction. I turned off voice enhance and switched to wind reduction. See if you can hear a difference. The Ace Pro 2 comes with a wind guard that helps significantly with wind reduction, but you put it in wind reduction mode and that's going to even enhance the quality even better. Right now there's still a breeze, but really there's quite a bit of road noise, so I'm interested to see if there's going to be a difference in the audio quality between these two settings. So the last audio setting is stereo, and that's going to give you the most true sound of what's happening in the environment around you. So now there's some music in the background, you got the street noise, you got a little bit of a breeze, so you can hear if there's a quality difference between all three, between wind reduction, voice enhance, and now stereo, and pick the right one for your setting. I can't remember if I mentioned it already, but the majority of this footage is shot with the Ace Pro 2 using the internal mic. Now to get to the next tip, and that's to take advantage of the clarity zoom. With clarity zoom, you can zoom in 2 times without losing any image quality, and it's able to do that because of the 8K sensor. So it's definitely different than your typical digital zoom that you might be familiar with on the other action cameras where you do lose image quality. You're not going to get that with the Ace Pro 2, and I have this quick little demo here. I have the statue of this boy and girl. I'm probably about 3 feet away from it, and I am going to double tap. With the clarity zoom, you can see a lot more of the detail in the face. My next tip is when and how to record in 8K. So if you're recording in 8K, you want to make sure that it's a nice bright sunny day like I have here, and you don't want to use it if you're doing an action shot. So you're not going to want to do it for your mountain biking or the skiing or snowboarding, anything like that. You want a stable shot, and 8K is really going to drain the battery, and it's going to make it heat up quicker. So I suggest doing it in shorter bursts and using it as a way to be able to crop in without losing any of that quality. So I'm going to do a test here. I'm going to switch the camera to 8K on this structure we have here, and then when I get into working on the video on my computer, I'm going to crop in. I'm recording in 8K 30 frames per second right now. Looking at this sculpture here, got some good sun, and I'll get it from a different angle. This is a 300% crop in, and it looks good. I brought my bike out here to demo some of the tips and tricks that are good if you are going to be taking some action shots with the Ace Pro 2. Oh man, I am getting hot. This is, just the other day it was 11 degrees. Now it's burning up. Man, I had to get into the shade there. I was sweating. That's Colorado though. One day it's freezing, the next day you're in a t-shirt. The next feature that I use a lot is gesture control, and it's great on days where you have to wear big, thick gloves like this. For example, skiing or snowboarding. It's cold out, you have these gloves on, it's hard to manipulate the camera and the buttons, and that's where gesture control really comes in handy. So you flip that on, and all you have to do is raise your hand, and the camera will start recording or take a photo or stop recording, and it works really well. So I'm going to demo that here. I have the glove on, I turn on gesture control on the Ace Pro 2. Now it's time to test it out. It worked. I raised my hand wearing the glove, and it turned on. So now let's test it out, see if we'll turn it off. Yeah, it worked. I was able to turn it on and off with the glove on. You can also take photos. We're going to give that a shot here, and to take a photo you have to do the peace sign. So let's see here. I am surprised about how many people there are here. It is Wednesday, like at 1:20 in the afternoon, and I thought it'd be basically empty, but there's actually quite a few people in here. It's getting to the point now, I was like, when do people work? I know saying that seems weird because I have taken a day off to be here myself, but I was like, what are these people doing? Where they're just like walking their dogs and hanging out on a Wednesday at 1:20. This next feature is something I don't think I've ever seen in another action camera, and that's the ability to reverse charge. And what that means is you can connect an external device to the Ace Pro 2, and it'll use this battery to charge that device. So let's say you're out on a hike, your battery's running low on your phone. In a pinch, you can take the Ace Pro 2 and charge your phone. I'll show that to you right now. I've been using my phone all day. It's like 78%, but we'll connect it and see if we can get it charging. Right now I have the Ace Pro 2 connected to my iPhone using a Type C to Type C cable, and the camera is off and the light's on. So right now my phone's essentially charging the camera, but if I turn it on, I went into USB mode, and there's webcam mode, charge only mode. You'll see over here in the lower left hand corner, reverse charging mode. I tap that, and it says reverse charging will stop below 20% battery, but you can change that. So you can say, well, it can stop reverse charging when the Ace Pro 2 gets to 50%, wherever you would like. So I'm going to keep it at 20% here. It says charging started, and it is working. You can see here on my phone here, got the little lightning sign. If you haven't already purchased your Ace Pro 2, there's a product link down in the description. Hey, but even if you have purchased it and there's some accessories you're interested in, still use the link in the description. It helps support the channel. I leave the wind guard on all the time. You'd only want to take it off if you're going to be doing anything that involves the water. So if you're going to the beach, going to the pool, take the wind guard off. But besides for that, I just leave it on. That way I'm sure to get the best quality audio. Nothing's worse than you go back and check your recording and the audio is so bad because of the wind. Here's the wind guard I was talking about. To remove it, all you do is slide it over to the right. It pops right off. To put it back on, just slide right over to the left, clicks in, and you're ready to go. The next tip is that you can overlay your stats when you're riding your bike or even in the car for a lot of different activities, and that's not something that's necessarily new, but what is new is how easy it is. You don't need your Apple Watch or Garmin or anything like that. You can do it directly using your phone. Push one button, it records all that data for you, and you can easily overlay it into your footage using the app. So I'm going to show you that now. To use the overlay feature, you want to make sure the Ace Pro 2 is connected to the Insta360 app. Go over here to settings, and you'll see here GPS activity status. You tap that, and you see a dashboard, duration, distance, acceleration, and all you have to do is press start record. I got the Ace Pro 2 connected to my bike here. One thing I like to do with the flip screen is to have it like this, so that way when I'm sitting I can see the screen, which is great because if you had a traditional action camera it would be down like that, making it hard to see. Let's take it out and test out this overlay feature. Safety first. The wind is really whistling as I'm going down this hill. The wind guard is on and it's set to wind reduction, and I was shocked by how little wind noise you hear. You can actually hear my voice as I'm talking. It was really impressive. Once you're done with the ride, you go back into the Insta360 app on your phone, turn off the GPS tracking, and you're ready to overlay it into your footage. I'll show that to you now. I'm back home after that ride. I want to show you how to add the overlay to the footage. So my Ace Pro 2 is connected to my phone. In the album, right here is that video of the bike ride. And I'll forward to where we started riding. Okay, right here. And I click the edit button here down in the center. And it's right up there for recommend, but if you scroll down to effects, you'll see stats. And it's using the GPS activity stats that are recorded inside the phone. So you have a couple of different overlay options. You can even customize your own. So BMW, this is more for vehicles, energy, rhythm, speed. So you can pick the layout you want, or if there's specific data you want captured or not, you can customize that. I'll just go energy. And so you see it brings up here the speed. It shows the route that I took, elevation, a lot of different information. So assuming I'm going to use that one. So here it says I was going 24 kilometers an hour. I want to pause that since I'm an American. I think I want to know that in the imperial system. Tap here. Now it's miles per hour. There you go. So I was going 17 miles an hour on this section. That's my elevation. And assuming that's what you're happy with, all you do is save the phone. Here's the finished product. I've been really impressed with how well the Ace Pro 2 has performed over these last couple of weeks. If you want to learn more about it, check out this video.